Hello everyone, welcome to Guru TV. I am your host Jason Sutton from the Dana Raider Golf School, and today I'm going to start a new series that I'm going to call Faults and Fixes. And we're going to start with a very important part of the golf swing, and that's the takeaway. I know I've talked to you about some of the things in the past, like the takeaway or the backswing is overrated, but I can tell you that you can put yourself in some very tough positions with a poor takeaway that is going to require you to make some compensations in the downswing. So I'm going to talk about some of the common errors that we see in the takeaway, and then I'm going to give you some simple yet effective ways to start to build a better backswing. So I'm going to step into my station here, which would be what I would recommend all of you to do as a practice station to maintain your swing plane. I get that question probably twice a day is, okay, Guru, you got me back on plane, so how do I maintain it when I leave the lesson tee and I go to my own facility and practice? Well, I like to start with definitely a target line where I got a stick on the ground, and also I want to set up a swing plane line where I've got a stick in the ground that matches the shaft. So let's talk about some of the common faults that we see most people make in the takeaway. And it usually is an inside part of the error. So as we take the club away, what I see a lot of people do is they get the club inside too much or too flat with an open club face. A lot of these errors are caused by misconceptions, and one of the biggest misconceptions I see out there is the player that's trying to tuck their right elbow. All right, they've been told to really get the club, coming from the inside, the downswing, is you have to keep your right arm close to your body, and this is really not so. So what we want to really feel like here is when we take the club away is that our arms stay together. My right arm is going to stay extended, right? And this is more of what I'd call the one-piece move. And a big key to this, you can pan it in this Dougie a little bit, is when we start out with a good grip, we're always going to have this power angle, a little bit of angle in our left wrist. So when you take the club away, I want you to maintain the angle in your left wrist. What happens when people get the club inside too much is the left wrist flattens too quickly and the club hinges backwards. All right, you can call that a roll or a backwards hinge, whatever terminology that suits you. But what I want you to feel is that your chest, shoulders, and arms are going to move together, which is going to create this nice little swing plane here where the club head stays outside the hands all the way to about halfway back, and you can see how it works up the plane line nicely. If my club head moves too soon, my left arm gets disconnected, the club gets behind me, you're going to have to make a compensation, and typically it's a bad one that comes over the top or somebody gets too stuck inside. Most of the time it's the opposite pattern. So a couple of really simple ideas that's going to take a lot of the worry out of this takeaway is really taking the club back in one piece here, keep the left wrist cupped, and then from there, all I want you to do is fold your right arm. Don't worry about setting your wrist or hinging the club, just fold your right arm up. So all we're going to do is say 1, 2, fold your right arm, and that's going to set the club nicely at the top of your backswing. That's going to set you up for a nice little move into the downswing. So one really easy little drill you can do with this is take your left hand, put it underneath your right elbow, and start making some moves into the backswing that really promotes some shoulder and chest movement. We see this happen a lot of times because the shoulders don't initiate the backswing enough and the hands and arms are really dominant. So we want some shoulders and arms together, so this is really going to help you to start to build it. So we go here, fold the right elbow down, sets the club nicely at the top. Go one piece, fold, and you can see that really gives me a nice little pivot to the top of my backswing, fully rotated. All right, so next time we're going to start tackling some of the other faults and fixes that you might find. Leave a comment on the blog if you want to see something new on the show. I'd love to hear some new ideas. I really hope this drill helps you, and I'll see you next time on Guru TV.